Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Well to quite well.
How's your day going?
It's pretty good.
Mine is going exceptional.
Yeah, I guess Big E was hard at work yesterday raking leaves, huh?
He did a fantastic job.
Nary a leaf on that lawn.
Was I right, gentlemen? Both of you said that I would not get my leaves redone.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
No, wait.
Well,
no, we said they didn't owe you anything.
Well, they didn't even contact me.
They just came and did it?
Just 20 guys showed up and fucking did what you see
Wow,
out
man.
there. Unbelievable.
I mean, that doesn't.
amazing.
See, the thing is, you wanted this "I got you" moment. I don't think that.
No, I
doesn't
wasn't. I wasn't going for an I got you.
I know, but that doesn't shock me. Maybe that's how their system. I just don't know what you had in
Yeah,
their
we don't
deal.
know what you paid for. That actually does shock me. Like, if you just paid them to come and do your leaves, I would not have thought they'd come
But
back.
like I said,
Really?
maybe it's in.
I
the
was
thing,
shocked at how
though.
many people had that
the
opinion.
small print?
Yeah, maybe there was something in there that said, whatever, we'll come back again.
Well, you guys, it looked like I didn't get my leaves done, though. Period. So, I mean, it was like to pay almost $1,000 to have that job
That's really
done.
bad management by then, because they can just look up and see the leaves,
I know, but it looked like,
see that they're not done falling.
I know.
Like, what were
but
they
then
thinking?
What do they do? Because a week later, we got, or 2
Not
days
even- I
later,
was gonna say,
it was
not
like a
even.
day or two later,
Yeah.
we got a foot of snow.
Yeah.
And so if that continued or whatever, then they're really screwed.
That's probably what happened. Probably
And
usually
so-
they have to only do it once, and then this year,
Yeah.
they were actually
No, they've never had to come back again, but it was like this weird thing, and then it gets warm again, and it's like, this doesn't look very good.
I really wonder, the whole rotocraft angle. Like, what would it take to scramble a rotocraft, bring it down, and just take that extra, couple trees? Because listen,
Some of the people
bad
didn't pay
idea.
for the plan.
the
though.
amount that you're paying to have them presumably come back. Apparently, that was not in the deal this year, but to come out and do this, it's like $800, right? Or,
Yeah, $900.
Yeah. So
what if
what does
they-
it cost to get Kadog and a rotocraft over here and just settle it down for
What
2
about the
minutes?
people who didn't
just-
pay though,
so-
and so the
so-
neighbors just get. I mean,
So you're talking
Juan
about,
gets mad. So what?
yeah, he'll get over it.
They're gonna fall anyway, is my
Right,
point. But it
yeah.
just there's
You're talking
always
about
those
taking
2 or
the
3
leaves
trees.
that still have leaves on them that are being dicks.
Yes, so you
Holding
rake,
on.
and there's 2 or 3 trees going on where they're still holding on, and then
Yep.
it rains over the night, and boom, they all fall. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're barely hanging on.
It's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Get away from me. Get away from me.
Rotocraft,
like,
they couldn't
dude-
withstand rotocraft, could they?
That's not. We should invent. I mean, invent something.
Just bring them through.
I mean, you essentially want a tornado, like a mini tornado, to
Yeah,
come through
or
your
a mini
yard.
tornado.
If we can get a mini tornado,
Lots of wind is my point.
yes, or a rainstorm, like you talked about. If we can-
Controllable though.
Yeah, well, it's duh. It doesn't work if we can't control it. If we could get like just mini tornadoes. Is this a tornado store? I need 3 mini tornadoes at my
We'll be
house
right over, sir.
by Friday, so I can get these last trees. Yeah, these leaves are being real dicks this year.
Oh, it's
They're
a real
hanging on.
problem.
Yeah.
You're shaking your head, but I mean,
it's
a real problem.
Well,
Mike
Mike
experienced it.
I experienced it. It was traumatic. It was weighing on me every day. I was like, this
Those are
just
both-
doesn't. What do I do?
What did you? I don't even know why. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but I don't know why you cared. Because honestly, they were picked up enough once that your grass. If you're really worried about your grass, it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
Well,
That's not-
no, it's you don't just get to say it's going to be fine. I mean,
Yeah, it would.
that's not good for the grass. And then you got to deal with it as soon as the
grass?
spring comes. Now you got to deal with all these fucking leaves. It sucks. It's a mess. And so I'd rather not. And the thing was, I waited to call. They're like, hey, you want to make sure I'm on the list? Do it whenever you want. Just saying, I don't want any leaves. And so when it was like, how many leaves have fallen? And we assessed, and I believe I might have even asked you, Jay, and I believe the assessment that T. Roy thought, and maybe you and me, was like about 80 to 85% of the
Oh, I
leaves
don't
have
remember
fallen.
assigning a
Yeah,
number.
he
but-
asked me.
Did I ask you? I was like,
I think I said
I think I
70%.
quizzed a few people, and did you say 70? T thought it was more like 80, and I was like, okay.
But that's what I'm
well,
saying. There seems to be a market need for that 15%. Bring
Yeah,
something in.
yeah.
Get them down. Get them down on the ground where we can deal with them.
What a tough gig, though, trying to judge.
Yeah.
For these
Because
guys.
you know
that
what
do
they did?
all
They
these-
looked at it and they go, God damn it, we're going to get all that snow.
Yeah, we're gonna be screwed.
And the snow could stick around. We might not get this done. We got to go do it now.
Yeah, they got to get started. They got a small window, and then if it closes, think about the money they'd lose. If winter hit and it was really hard, and then boom, see you in the spring.
Tough business, the
Dude,
leaf
they're
business.
fucked. Think about every house, and then they almost do. Greenscapes is the name of the company. Jim, great guy, the owner over there. Greenscapes does almost all the houses around
Yeah.
here, so it's like trying to do all that stuff, man. That
I think it's such a job that's not needed at all. in reality.
Look,
like
man,
it's so not needed.
Yeah, we can drill down on this lawn thing again if you want.
I'm not even talking.
Replace it all with pea gravel. I don't care.
Yeah.
If everybody agrees,
Well,
I'm
not
fine
even
with
talking to pea gravel. Like it's not good for your lawn. I mean, yeah,
Does it not look better now, E, when you pulled up? Weren't you like, wow, this is nice, much better?
I mean, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
I think it looks
wouldn't-
striking.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
I
of
appreciate
course
that.
it does look nice, but I'm just like, even when people say like it's bad for the who cares about the
Lots
grass?
of people that care about their grass.
I know that's stupid.
Tell that
But
to
all this
lawn guy.
investment, I know you invest so much into the cutting and the fertilizing and all this shit.
I
It's
would
like,
never.
It's a
spend-
tremendous expense when you go through it.
and I wouldn't
ridiculous.
spend that money ever, no matter what my level of money was.
Well, I wasn't very smart, E. I bought a house that has almost an acre of property. And
In the
it's-
forest.
In the forest,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's just woodlands. I mean, it's a Disney landscape outside. I mean,
Well,
it
you
really is
can
the
chop it
animals.
up.
But the fucking trees just leaves a foot deep.
Well, if you had a mower, in reality, you could just.
I have
do
a
it
mower.
one-
It would take me a year, and I'd die
No,
get halfway
wouldn't.
through it.
No, you gotta
Yes.
get a
Good
one
points.
with a.
Yeah.
You gotta get a one with that you know.
You want to
a
risk
decent
me
one.
dying, E? Is that what you're look? I mean, you think I could go out there and mow that lawn
Okay,
every
maybe
week?
not you, but a normal person.
Come on.
could
Do you
just,
see
like-
me once a week going out there and mowing the lawn?
Okay, well, no, I guess I don't. But my point is, when you said like how much money things cost and how you bought a house, like in reality, if it was like if I had the lawnmower my dad has, just once a week,
Yeah.
you'd go through and cut it.
Oh,
again.
he's got a tractor though, doesn't he? Or a riding one?
No, I mean he recently did buy a newer one, but the one we've had buy a newer one that is riding that he uses, but the
So
one
it's a riding one.
No, but the one and the one he has used for 20 years before that is a push one. I mean, kind of a commercial
Wide?
size one.
Yeah,
but
yeah, one of those giant ones.
not
okay,
not the
but-
21-inch deck.
I
That's
don't know
what
how
I'm
much
dealing
of the
with.
deck.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know how
I'm
big
dealing with too if I do it myself.
Yeah, but
and my
okay,
blade's
but
not very sharp, Jay, and I have no idea how to sharpen.
But if you bought it, you bought it.
Loosen the nut, take
yeah,
off the blade,
Yeah. And then what? Now what do I do?
take it to Home Depot.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But I know my blade's not sharp enough. I know it isn't. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
That nightmare. Are you kidding me? Forget it. I'm out.
Well, I do my own lawn too, Easus. So I to your point, it is very, very doable, and it really doesn't take that much time. In
Your
fact,
lawn
it's nice,
is a good size.
It's nice to walk it. It's nice being out there.
We have 2 acres. My parents have 2 acres, and the deal is the trees. We have a tree line that it doesn't make it ever over to the house to our right, and the other ones to the other side of
They
our
blow
house.
onto yours?
I mean, it kind of goes over there, but
Did you blow it back onto their lawn?
no.
Juan would.
Well, no.
Not put up with that shit. It's your tree. You deal with it.
Well, the tree is it's a weird thing. I think technically the tree's on our property.
Well, then what are you
line. It's
bitching about?
Yeah,
Ian?
quit
No.
whining.
All I'm saying is that Mike said you have a yard of normal size. And I'm like, dude, we have 2 acres over
and
there.
I was going to make a further point to you. Rudely interrupted me in mid sentence. Jay's yard is a good size yard. It's nice. You get out there on a nice sunny afternoon and mow it. It's
enjoyable.
It's enjoyable. I loved in my house in Berkeley or other places I lived in Royal Oak. I would frequently put on some headphones, go out there and mow my lawn. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And pulling up to a house with a freshly shorn lawn. Is there anything nicer? It's
I
awesome.
probably have the same size lawn as you, dude.
What?
I do.
No, you don't.
You barely have a backyard.
Not true. There's a ton back there.
No, I-
more than
I
you
that
think.
needs to really be done. Even
Honestly,
that's
I
the
have
other
about
thing.
the same size yard. I walk it. It's no problem. You should
All right,
try
you
it.
mow my lawn, I'll mow yours, and we'll see who's done first. I would never. No, I could.
Okay.
I could see mowing your lawn. It looks fun.
I actually
Rick,
do
Good size
enjoy it.
lawn.
Toy Drive. Got to tell you about the Toy Drives. December 7th. Mentioned this
Coming up.
before. Please go. Hamlin Pub, 1 to 6 p.m. You can go to Shelby Township locations, Chesterfield or Richmond. And this, is, of course, is to support Toys for Tots. So do that. Bring a new, unopened, unwrapped toy and hit one of their toy donation boxes. The bonus for you is if you do so between 1 and 6 on December 7th, you get free pizza and salad.
Yeah, awesome. And we were, just to remind people, we were really hoping you could take a picture of the toy.
Yeah,
that
send
you
it to
drop
us.
off.
We're just
there.
curious.
Yeah, I'd love to see what the kiddies are getting.
Yeah, what are
and,
people buying these days?
Certainly no interest in shaming anybody about really, pal. Did
Or
you
put
think this
someone on the
was-
spot.
You're just trying to snag a free pizza and salad by bringing this cheap little Warman toy over here instead of a.
No. We don't want to shame anybody. We don't want to put anybody on the spot. If it looks funny, we go over and say,
That's right. So please email us a picture of what.
I will. You know what, Mike? I'll tell you this when I went on about. I just thought about this now. When I went on about the the mowing and how I would have done it. I had to get a light already changed, a headlight changed in my car already, and my dad had to help me last night to do it. And honestly, I could not have done it if I didn't have my dad there to help me.
Yeah.
Do you have an owner's manual?
No, there was something weird about.
Is this going back to me not wanting to sharpen the blade?
I will say this.
It's an unplugged plug.
No.
Yes,
I will say,
it is.
Look
They
at
were
this.
mostly
My
plug and
dad
play.
has changed many headlights, and he actually was having an issue with like getting it out somehow. There was
Was
a
he
weird.
bitching about Ford? Oh, goddamn Ford.
Yeah, I mean he was
Yeah, what are you guys, a Chrysler family or a
Chevy, but
Chevy, yeah.
GM in general, I guess, or whatever. But like, so I will say that he actually himself even had a little harder because he even said afterwards, like, man, if you didn't know how to do that, that might have been a little harder.
Yeah,
than it
he's just
would've-
making you feel good.
I don't think so because I actually helped him a little. But anyway, my
Did you?
point.
What was your?
Well, I
I mean,
Hold the
it's
flashlight?
It's not typically a two-man job, right, Jay? The changing of a bulb.
No.
I did your job, Mike. I held the flashlight.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in fairness, I just
I
had a
helped
situation
him.
last night. I didn't say I helped. I mean, I
did. You absolutely said I
Well, that
helped
was help. He did. Is it help or not? Did he need it? He asked me to. He needed.
He could have just set his iPhone down and turned the light
Nah,
on.
he doesn't know how to do that.
Well.
He would have needed then for me to help him, tell him that, hey, Dad, you could just put your iPhone down and do this. But
Yeah, the days of needing a solo individual to hold a flashlight on something are really numbered.
The iPhone light doesn't really do anything different. It's just another. I mean, someone has to hold. If the lighting's in an awkward situation, you'd still need it help
Fine,
somewhere.
I'll let you go with that. But whatever.
Headlamps are very popular now. I'll
Absolutely.
Just throw that out there.
You go.
Actually, you're right. They are, and actually,
Even screwdrivers have lights and stuff on the front of them now. A lot of
anyway,
those.
I was just trying to say that to show. See, even I needed help yesterday.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, you guys see that the New York to LA cannonball was broken?
I saw that. Did you see their average speed?
Averaged 103 mphs.
Seriously?
Holy shit. Think about that, man.
Like continuous, straight.
Dude, everybody's gotten the thing over 100, here and there on the freeway, whatever.
Yep.
How you are white knuckling it and how nervous you are during
Yeah.
that 30
yeah.
seconds.
Yep.
These guys are busting ass from New York to LA. 25 hours it took them.
Yeah.
They broke the previous record by I think an hour. It was
Wow.
25 hours and
How was
25
that?
minutes.
I mean,
what?
They have spotters, helicopters, and like.
Yeah.
Do
No
they
helicopters.
Stop? No helicopters.
No.
Do
They
they have
just, like-
drones or something?
No.
Up
They
ahead?
just had guys on motorcycles and cars and
but
various
like,
points in the country.
it's legal.
No,
Fuck,
okay.
no,
No.
That's what makes it so
Jesus.
exciting.
Oh,
No, I
legal.
know. That's what I was wondering. I guess.
So they have to map out like traffic.
Oh, they had
and
a ton of tech.
everything. Yeah, they're getting so detailed with this now. And do they have to stop for gas?
Yeah.
Or do they have
stopped
gas with them?
4 times. It took
Okay.
22 minutes for their stops, to piss and get gas. And then they
4 stops.
They
to
didn't-
get cross country.
yeah.
Wow.
And they had a few close calls with some cops and medians that they didn't spot in time, and guy just didn't pull out after them for whatever reason. At that
Really?
time, they were like going 115.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And
Dude, that's
What is it? I wonder what the
hilarious.
explanation, like for cops, like honestly, like I wonder if
I
you're
was
saying,
itching my balls.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, I wonder like if someone's going that fast, what would be the explanation that they didn't get caught?
Yeah, I know,
and you
I
went
know.
past a cop.
It's negligence,
like all the
man.
times that
Yeah.
we deal
Negligence
with.
or laziness. Just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
but
nuts.
I guess they tricked this thing out. It was a Mercedes that the guy put
Do you have
certain
a picture of it? Can you find
put
one?
certain elements on
Cannonball
it
Run.
to make it look as nondescript as he could. Like he
Yeah.
took off emblems and things just to make it look more like a Honda Accord or something like that. So if they did pass a cop and the cop radioed ahead, they wouldn't know exactly
What it
make it
was.
was.
Oh, wow.
And they did hear over a scanner one time. The guy's like, high rate of speed, a silver 4-passenger, and they're like, it worked.
No way. That's hilarious.
But they had some radar shit on the top that was supposed to detect any airplane. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That
Dude,
whole thing-
that could be a Ford Taurus show.
right. It's hard to tell what the hell it is.
And that's a Mercedes?
yeah,
Wow.
just a sedan.
There'd
But
be so much luck in that. Like when you say like
Totally.
like that's the thing. Like anyone
Yes.
could technically drive a car that fast, but traffic. Well, no, but I'm just saying like if you really want, if you didn't care, if you were like, look, I don't give a shit about. If there was no cops or anything, I'm saying
Yeah.
like through traffic or you hit like a construction or some shit.
no, they've got it all.
I
they've got
guess
all
they
the
do.
ways going, and they've got it all
Yeah.
mapped out. I'm sure
They
they looked
using
at
Waze.
weather.
What if an
Yeah.
accident happens in front of you?
Oh,
You
I
know what I
know.
mean?
Oh yeah, then you don't break the record.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Yep.
it's planned for a year or whatever.
Yeah.
There's probably planning next year's run already.
Tons of luck involved.
So I wonder when that started. originally.
I
you
think
know,
it was like in the 50s or something. Someone did it, and it took them like 58 hours. And,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Which is
"Woohoo,
incredible."
58 hours. Then they made the movies, of course, in
Yeah.
the late 70s, which were
Burt?
great. I think Burt was mainly the guy in there.
Yeah.
But the key to those movies was all the guest stars, all the cameos.
Yeah.
They had everybody from Terry Bradshaw to
yeah.
you know, Dom DeLuise, of
Tom
course.
DeLuise.
Burt is in it. Jackie
Right.
Chan, I think, was in a couple.
Yeah, a couple hot chicks. You'd have to get in
Sure.
there. Like the Charlie's Angels or something. One of those.
Well, that was the whole key to those movies, though, right? They had like the different cars were manned by different teams that were interesting in their own way. And
Right.
to your point, there was always one with big titty chicks. right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big titties in the '80s movies was
And
just a staple.
cop would pull them over, and they'd be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, officer," and
lean out the
Yeah.
window. Sorry,
Yeah.
officer. And he'd have some look to his face, just overacting galore.
go ahead, ladies.
Oh, have a nice day, madam.
Yep.
Yeah. There they are, filling up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How fun would that be?
Oh my
So
god.
To
fun.
be the guy in the fucking car driving that thing, just
But dude,
floored.
think about how at some point you just become comfortable that I'm
Oh,
going
yeah.
115.
Sure.
You know, you're in there for 25 hours. Like there's got to be long stretches where it's just like, whatever.
Probably
115.
majority of it.
Whatever. You're not
Yeah.
white knuckling it. You're just like,
Dude, it would absolutely be
crazy.
like that. Of course it would. I mean, think,
amazing.
yeah, God, that'd be fun. I wonder who does that. Who does that? Are these just like renegade dudes that are just like, I just want to do this?
I read the article from, I think it was one of these, road and track or something. and
We
they-
did a big thing on it a couple years ago.
Yeah, when
talking
the
about it.
original, the last record was
Right.
was broken. But I guess there's a whole underground scene of these guys
Yeah.
who do this shit. And the Gumball, I guess, is over in Europe, right?
Yeah.
They do that one too.
But they don't make any money, right? Or do they? Or is there some weird sponsorship?
It'd be hard to
deal, or-
sponsor something that's so
Yeah,
illegal,
I think what they said was one of the drivers is like the owner of some high performance company or something.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
they probably, oh my God, that's Ted from
Yeah.
broke the whatever. I'm going to his shop,
but those guys today with so much like crowdfunding, you could probably even, with a fan base of stuff
Yeah.
like that, there's probably a whole circuit underground that we don't even know about that
Yep.
helps fund that stuff. But God, that'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
Just take one shift, one of those.
Well, even to be the spotter in the back seat. They had a guy with binoculars.
really the
Just
whole time he's
sitting
just
in the back
looking.
seat, just looking forward, trying to spot cops and medians or whatever.
What do? Just lock him up? Dude, there's a cop up there.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess.
once you see him, it's
I know.
over.
Right.
Once you see him, he's seen you,
Yeah,
man.
it's almost. You're right. I almost would feel like at that point,
You're better off just
risk
blowing
it.
by him.
Just
Just
risk
keep
it and
going.
hope he doesn't stop you. Right.
Most cops are not going to get into a fucking 115 mile an hour car chase with
They
you.
had kill switches on their back lights too. So if they were being chased,
Dude,
kill
Jesus
the
Christ.
lights.
fucking
and
awesome.
See if you can outrun
That's
them.
hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, at night you'd be good to go. Good to go. Boy, a little weird story today in the Free Press about Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Pulling out of the LCA, right?
Never want to pull out. You just don't. But we've been to that restaurant, Kid Rock restaurant. It's really good.
Yeah, it was.
I thought the food there was really good. What are you shaking your
I
head?
think it was okay.
Really?
I think the selection was kind of just generic.
Well,
but I get
yeah,
it. Like,
I mean,
it's
fine.
an American,
fine.
bar restaurant. It's got burgers but dude, I thought the food was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was above average for sure.
For
I
sure.
didn't expect much going to something like that. I'm like, okay, this is going to be sort of
You would think it'd be cliche,
totally like a Hard Rock or something.
Exactly. That it's going to be more about, oh wow, the memorabilia on the wall, the name Kid Rock. So you wouldn't have to. The food wouldn't necessarily
Is that the
have
place
to
where
be
it had the
great.
huge meatloaf?
I was
Yeah,
about to
gonna
say,
say,
the
the
meatloaf.
meatloaf.
I had a
Yes.
delicious brick-sized meatloaf.
Yeah, I forgot about
I think
that.
a bunch of you guys got the meatloaf,
Yeah.
and it looked when it came out. I was like, "Who gets meatloaf?"
Oh,
Ugh.
oh,
I was
smart guys. Get
I
meatloaf.
was devastated that I didn't get the meatloaf after seeing. I was just like, and none of the guys in the group are sharers. So I was
Meatloaf
like,
is-
Can I have a bite?
Nope, get your own.
If I went in like, could I have one bite? I get stabbed with a fork before any of you guys would give a bite. Now I
That
wouldn't.
is- Oh,
and then Tooch ordered a grilled cheese. I'm like, what are you 5?
Yeah,
Who
it's
orders a 5? And it was like, oh my god, why didn't I get a grilled cheese? Oh, I get a burger. Ugh. And you guys, all your food looked so good, and I thought everybody was really happy with it. But
I think I don't know. Whatever.
he's not renewing his lease there. It sounds like he's breaking up with Detroit. Reading.
I know, right?
Yeah, the statement.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
More than just the restaurant.
Well, he's been in Nashville for a few years, like primarily, and I think who else is it? Jack White's there.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are there. I think Steve Poltz is there now. He still has his home in Clarkston, but recently dismantled his longtime recording studio, and I've known about that because they're taking that son of a bitch down to Nashville for a house he's building there. And they're about to start recording a new album in January.
Sweet.
And so they've been working hard getting that shit all down to Nashville. But it's like, oh man, once the studio goes, that's not good. So yeah, he posts on Facebook this morning, and he's been catching shit from Nan for years. You know, the National Action Network that Assface owns.
Al Sharpton.
Al Sharpton, who pays himself a massive salary, you know, for this charity, and his daughter, you know, and everybody else, and doesn't pay any taxes.
Yeah.
I think he's owed fucking millions in taxes forever.
Total race baiter.
Oh, the worst. Is he the worst case?
Yeah, because Jesse Jackson's fallen by the wayside big time. He's
Yeah.
got to be, right?
Yeah, well, he's got the Rainbow Coalition group, Jesse, right?
Yeah, because he doesn't even have like at least, Ben Crump can point to, well, I'm a lawyer.
I'm an attorney,
you know?
yeah.
And so I'm representing these people in actual cases.
I'm
but,
representing people that don't have access to, you know.
But Sharpton, it's just, just whip it up and get donations and pay myself.
I mean, the worst thing in the world that could happen for Al Sharpton is for racism to go away.
Totally.
Like, that dude is out of a gig if racism goes. Because he's a lot of times scraping bottom of the barrel shit now, you know. Anywhere he can fly in and land and get in front of a camera.
Well,
small
speaking of Kid
crowds.
Rock, you know, just the criticism he took the other day for what he said about Oprah. So
Right,
what?
yeah.
She happens to be black. He doesn't like her.
Yeah. He also shit all over Kathy Griffin and Joy Behar.
Yeah.
A lot of people. But I know. I love this idea now. Like, you can't even say anything about a black person. Obviously, it's racist if you do. It's like bullshit. Actually, it says more to me that you're not a racist, that you're not afraid to go, you know what? I don't like that person for what they are. You know, whether it's right or not. I mean, I don't know what the beef with Oprah would really be. I mean, she seems like a pretty decent person. But whatever. Kid Rock doesn't fucking like her.
He's judging her by the content of her character, not the color of her
really does
skin.
seem like
How dare he?
It really seems like it all went to just when you're going to go on our show, and they asked him like, what was it like? Can you think of 5 things ahead of time that you like
That
about
you love
Oprah
about Oprah
or
and the
something.
show?
And I think that's really what it all kind of boils down
I
to.
don't know. It wasn't all that, but then but that was part of it. He said,
Okay, well, I mean,
'cause
there's probably
after
more,
the
but-
shit blew up and hit the fan, that's when he posted and said, by the way, they wanted me on their show, and you know, as they were working the details out, was, you know, her people wrote his people and said, we need Kid Rock to name 5 things that he loves about the show and Oprah. And he was like,
What?
Eat a dick. No.
Sideways.
Yeah, eat a dick sideways. I'm not going on there, period. So, he's said in his thing that he's not going to renew his licensing deal with his Made in Detroit restaurant at Little Caesars Arena that's up in April. So protesters with the Michigan National Action Network are planning a noon media event outside the venue after the video emerged of him obviously racist against Oprah. It's just so stupid. The idea that Kid Rock is racist is just, it always has been laughable to me. Like, you see the amount of, like, what he does for the inner city, the donations he's made, the people in his band, his ex-girl, his son is half black. I mean, it's just comical. I mean, he's in basically a hip-hop industry. For majority of his, I know he's kind of drifted into country and evolved more, but
Kinda.
yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, he's came from the, that underground kind of DJ world in his early days. It's just funny. So he's been the target of Nan. They've attacked his past, the use of the Confederate flag, and other controversial behavior. They successfully lobbied General Motors to cut ties with Rock in 2015 and led demonstrations at LCA. We remember that 2 years later when they opened that arena with 6 concerts of his. Nothing better to do, huh? Just tie your name to a celebrity and just fuck with him. And Kid Rock, we've seen him do this before where he makes a post, You know, what was the letter he wrote to the Free Press and just fucking...
That was about the dildo, right? The glass dildo?
Oh, yeah.
Or was that about... No, that was about the racism. That was about the racism thing. You're right.
But the glass dildo thing...
He did post something about that, too.
He did write a letter because he was fucking furious. That was ICP.
Yeah.
And...
There's a series of depositions where somebody said that he was given a glass dildo or something, or somebody... What the fuck is that? What?
Someone's
Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
Easy.
my phone?
It's not my... Jay?
What the hell is that? My thing's on silent.
Tell your phone to shut the hell
That
up.
was the weirdest thing.
Into the mic, phone.
Wow.
What was it? What was it saying?
It was Siri doing something.
Tried to stop it immediately. So
Yeah. It sounded like something with the Crown has spoken, like something going on. And
well, I have my navigation person with an English accent. Do you guys do that?
Brilliant. No, I want to get one with an Australian.
So I think that was that voice talking was my navigation voice.
That's what I heard then. It sounded a bit uppity and British.
You guys should definitely change the
How
voice
do
on
you
your
do that? Is
navigation.
that easy to do?
I'm
I'm
sure
sure.
settings or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, you got the boring ass American, huh?
I don't
even
talk
use the
to it
voice.
much.
Yeah.
So are the options a lot?
I think they're varied.
Is there an Asian option?
I don't think so. I think it's just like country of origin. So maybe you can throw Japan on or something.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if mine is? Look, listen. You need to turn the rift if countryman approved. In English, but with Japanese descent.
Raft.
Rift. You missed. Wrong rift. I'm gonna go through it today and find out what I can use. We'll find it.
Where were we? No, I think that he did post something about the glass dildo that came out of that. But there was also a posting about when he was supposed
the writer.
to have,
There was a writer that he went after.
Absolutely.
Right?
Blasted a writer. Yeah.
Because that person blasted him. Like, how is he going to be a primary part of this LCA when he's racist? And he's just like, fuck you. You know, he was supposed to be one of those big murals in there, man.
That's right.
Yep,
That's right. Yeah, it's just asinine, especially when you know the history of how much he's given. It's like, man, really? You know, this is the road you're going to go with a hometown hero? A guy that didn't fucking leave when Detroit fell into the shitter and people were moving out of this state. They couldn't get out of here fast enough. And it's like, I give Kid Rock and Eminem and those guys a lot of credit for not skipping town.
They're few and far between, you know?
Absolutely.
Can't really shit on too many of those guys.
No, you can't. So his post this morning says, I will not be renewing my licensing agreement for my Made in Detroit restaurants this April. I appreciate all who have patronized our place, including us. Accept that. Thank you. I will. You're welcome.
I enjoyed the meatloaf.
And still have much love for the city of Detroit and the people and organizations that I have helped there for years, black, white, whatever. I still have love for the city of Detroit. That doesn't sound good. I mean, he still has. You better still have love for us.
Sounds like you're breaking up with a girlfriend.
Absolutely. Look, it's not you. It's not you.
I'll always love you, but
yes, I'll always have love for you, and
now I love this
your
new
family.
machine a little more.
I got this new chick. Her name's Nashville, and fuck,
some nice
dude,
titties.
She's a lot younger, and she's hot. So yeah, but learned long ago: go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. Oof. Doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. Can we apologize? Can we make a big blanket apology? I want to celebrate Kid Rock. I don't want to just tolerate him. I guess the millions of dollars I pumped into that town was not that town. Oh, man, was not enough. That we're known as that town.
Oh, no.
He's breaking up with us.
Oh, man.
We're losing our Kid
This
Rock.
is a Dear John letter.
Oh, my God, dude. It's like getting a breakup in a text. Wake up to this. I will let the NAN network and others go ahead and take the wheel now. Good luck.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh, whoa, that's the last.
Wait, no. Wait, does anyone else get to vote on that? Can you imagine?
NAN.
I'll let NAN take the wheel now. Good luck.
Ooh.
I may be guilty of being a loudmouth jerk at times, but trying to label me racist is a joke and actually only does a disservice to the black community, which I've supported my entire life, by trying to alienate myself and many others. P.S. Hey, Al Sharpton, you or your cronies will never beat me, you tax-evading, race-baiting clown. Love it. Trump 2020. He has to throw that in there. $250,000 donated at Eastern Market for the Kid Rock Community Kitchen. $250,000 donated for the Barbara Bush Reading Innovative in Detroit. $1 million raised to help save the DSO. Many, many more. Tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars raised and donated in Detroit by Kid Rock. All true, and I can promise you, it's not tens and it's not hundreds of thousands. It's millions of dollars. A lot of which you don't
can
even
promise that?
I can promise that. I guarantee it. Yes. And then
Why wouldn't he say that?
I don't.
If you were listing off what you've
Well,
donated.
if these are the public ones that he's made a part of, there's a lot of shit that is done that people don't know about, and that's pretty common. But there's another post from him, and like a couple hours later, I was like,
Oh shit! I didn't see this one.
all this BS going on has just got my blood pumping. And is only more songwriting fuel for a new record and tour in 2021. I am beholden to no one, no corporate sponsors, no label, and I'm going to go the fuck off. You haters better be shaking in your boots. To my supporters and fans, I will not let you down. I guarantee it will be my best record and tour ever. Devil Without a Cause, Kid Rock. Yeah. Oh, it's got me amped. Yes. He's going to go to fuck off. Yes. Doesn't that pump you up a little bit? It pumps me up.
Yeah, but does Billie Eilish know who he is? More importantly.
He better. That young man, Billy Eilish.
That guy.
William
Eyelash, you better know.
He better know who Kid Rock is.
Bill Eyelash.
Bill Eyelash. You better respect your elders, son. Probably not. Probably not.
You know what's funny? Oh, sorry.
Give me a second here, Jesus. If you've suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case. No cost. They'll negotiate the best price and save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more info, go to firstcalldetroit.com.
Dude, trolls need to, like, the other thing about when stuff like this comes out is, can trolls, like, either learn how to be really good at what they do or just not do it? So, like, when you get an article like that, if you read comments on anything, all you'll see is a lot of just, like, you know, his music never was good anyway. Always hated it. Always hated the rap rock. Oh, he went to country. Oh, he's a sell. And it's like, dude,
He's
I'm not
still
even saying,
around? What year is this?
Right. And I'm not even saying that you can't have those beliefs on his music. Some people don't like Kid Rock's music. That's fine. But it's like, dude, it's so unoriginal just to go on, Twitter or a Facebook or whatever and just comment. You know, if
he sucked forever anyways.
Right.
Really.
Never liked him.
This is old hat, just blah blah blah. And it's
Can
just
sell out 20 to 50,000 seaters for 20 years plus. I mean,
right.
It's like,
just like,
sure. He
please
sucks.
just come up with something. At least could you, like, I just don't get the point if you're going to troll. Come up with some educated stuff at least and be like, reasons why. But just to sit there and type.
Yeah, I love the ones that everyone's old.
Yeah.
Everyone's old. God, haven't heard his name since 1992. I didn't even know he was still around. All that stupid shit.
Right. It's just it's so funny to me when I read that stuff.
Yeah. the people that are like, okay, you can't read the comments, of 8,000 and see the top 50 all say the same thing. I need to jump on there and you're old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. That's kind of also what I'm saying. Like,
your music has always sucked.
It's just like, dude, even if you think that, what are you getting out of being the 50th person in a row to just say, like, who? You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't understand it. What is that? And when you do it on those mass things, by the way, when you do it on those mass comment pages, unless someone actually comments on your little thing, it just goes kind of into the
ether.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's not like you get to sit there and see. Like,
yeah, but you get that little rush of, I said my piece. That'll show him.
Dopamine rush.
I hope Kid Rock reads this.
Yeah. There's a chance he could.
Maybe Bob Ritchie will read this himself.
Yeah. Bob's going to be bummed when he reads this.
Oh, no.
You know what? When he sits down to dinner and starts scrolling through the comments on this Free Press article, he's going to know how Bill Mahalski and Romeo feels.
I was telling Jay recently, like, when Garth Brooks tickets went on sale, Ford Field, and you're right, exactly, dude,
never heard of him.
Chris Gaines.
Dude, those are the things I read. Like, I go to this thing, they're like, oh, Garth Brooks coming for the first time back in 5 years in Detroit, blah, blah, and there's comments like, this guy, who's that? Who cares? And it's like, I wouldn't walk out of my backyard to see him. I'm like, Well, a few people do. He's sold over 110 million albums, and
Yeah.
he's sold. I mean,
Dude, I've read a few things on Garth Brooks, and it's just industry
Yeah.
just known. This is like the best show ever. Like Garth
Yeah.
Brooks puts on the best show ever, and it's like, really? I got friends.
Very
in
high,
Swings over the crowd.
yeah.
very high energy, Mike. Very.
I just, it looks cartoonish to me when I see these guys. No offense. I know you could say it about any genre, I guess, but the kind of butt hugger tat wranglers, and the
He's rare,
tucked
like
in
they-
shirt and a big old
Hat.
10-gallon
It's
cowboy
funny.
hat.
Well, no one wears
That's
a
stupid.
10-gallon hat anymore. But
He does.
No, the 10
10-gallon? Come on.
What is it, a 5-gallon?
Yeah, I think there's
gallon?
there's a difference between just kind of a cowboy hat and what you're describing as a 10-gallon obnoxious kind of where the thing goes up like this. Like most,
I don't know, man. I think I've seen
It's
the
not a
10-gallon
10
version.
gallon. What, it's not an
9?
Arby's like Pharrell hat.
Well, I
no,
don't know.
it's not.
9-gallon, 8-gallon hat.
I don't know what you call those. Just a Stetson or whatever, right? Just the
right?
typical.
Like
The
here.
boots and the buckle,
boots.
and the microphone. That stupid head.
What's the microphone?
That's a few gallons.
10-gallon. Come on.
That
Right,
is a,
maybe over exaggerate a little
Yeah.
bit, but you see him on stage and that. I don't know.
you know what's so
I just can't wait. I know at some point there's going to be enough fan outcry for Chris Gaines to drop a new
like
album.
I told
and
you,
when
some people
that
think
happens,
it's his best album. So I'm going to listen to that coming up here soon. I read that article recently where there are some people out there that apparently think it's his best album that he's
Yeah.
made. I'm going to actually, I meant to listen to it the other day and I forgot. I'm going to do that. Maybe on the ride home today, I'm going to listen and see what I, because
Does
I
Chris
wasn't a
Gaines
fan.
have
I didn't
Yeah.
like it. I'm not,
Give
I
it
wouldn't
another
be,
chance,
right. I
let's
don't
see.
have a reason to lie and say it was
Yeah.
awesome. I want to see what I
does
actually.
Chris Gaines have a verified account on anything like on
Not anymore.
Spotify or like would it pull up as an
I wonder,
artist?
I wonder if he is just under Garth Brooks on
Because I don't know
if
where
that
you get a Chris
album-
Gaines album nowadays.
Well, I was gonna just do it on Spotify. You're right. I wonder if it's under Spotify under Garth Brooks or if it's.
better not be. It's Chris Gaines, different
Oh,
artist.
I don't know that he's on Spotify. I think he's one of those weirdos that's not on. That doesn't have his. Like sometimes you can get their music, but they don't have like their albums.
It's the bangs that kill me. It's look at Gaines's
Yeah,
bangs.
Oh my!
The whole smedge, the little
Yeah.
soul patch thing, whatever. Okay, you just shape, but he's wearing like a hairpiece.
I know. Is he wearing a hairpiece or did he grow it out like?
No, I think the guy's sort of almost bald, isn't he? In real life, I don't know. Back then, I don't think he had that.
I
head of
don't.
hair.
I don't know. That I don't see many.
It
pictures
came out of
him without a hat.
nowhere, is what killed me. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Garth Brooks at the time, but I felt like that just was sprung on us.
It was.
Like, no
it was
warning,
dropped out of
no
nowhere.
whisper, no.
God damn it! He's not. See, he's not on fucking. Really?
You know,
on
how
Spotify?
goofy would it be if Kid Rock went from like Devil Without a Cause and now he's in a fucking cowboy hat up on stage with some tight Wranglers and
Well,
belt
but see-
buckle, and that's what Chris Gaines is. Look at that. That is trying to be grunge era.
But see, here's where, as usual, another double, talking out of both sides of your mouth.
What are you
kind of-
talking about? No, I'm not. I've always felt this way
No,
about Chris
that's
Gaines.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, I think that you, who's,
That guy.
Look at the.
I think
There's
you,
some mystery there, isn't
Yeah.
there? Kind
you,
of a Chris Angel
No, but you know
type
what?
thing.
Chris
Though?
Angel.
Like, you sit here and spout off about how artists and how things and this and that, and like, I think that even if you, you wouldn't have listened to it anyway, so you have no opinion on the music.
You don't know
should-
that.
Oh, okay, what's your opinion on the songs? What are the ones you listen to?
I listened to Aaron Lewis's country album. I think it's
No,
fucking
that's
great.
not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Chris Gaines, and I'm saying that, like,
The problem with this, when you start talking about art, what makes art great to me is that there's an artist behind it that's real, that's authentic.
Garth is real.
That is anything but authentic. Look at
No,
that picture.
but-
E.
but
Look at it.
but that's not my
Stare
point.
at that
When you-
soul
the more
patch
you think
and those
about-
bangs.
that's not-
That's a
No,
car-
that's not my
I don't think
character.
that's the.
That's not my point.
criticism.
I'm saying that. Wait a minute. Why would you not like? Even if it sucked, you should.
I bet it doesn't suck.
No, but you out of all people should almost respect.
It's like an
that he
Andy
would- that he
Kaufman
tried
type
to
thing.
do something. That he
Andy
tried to-
Kaufman.
No.
He's the Andy Kaufman
He's-
of music.
No,
He
why don't
is.
you?
Like,
why
would you
don't-
criticize Andy Kaufman for doing crazy shit?
Look,
like
Darius Rucker.
he's taking
Rucker
flyers.
was
He's
was
playing
doing
a character. Chris Gaines.
It wasn't a character to him. And if
Yeah.
the audience would have accepted it more, he'd probably
alter
still be Chris
ego.
Gaines.
Well, so what? I mean, I'm just saying.
So
like,
you'd be cool with Nirvana just throwing on a fucking cowboy hat and some stits and some boots and going up and twanging up. Like,
what if
it
they-
seems.
cool with it?
Well, everyone has like artists.
Would I be preferred? No.
I would if he would have recorded that album. and whatever it is, it's what is it? An alternative rock album? Is that what Chris Gaines was doing? But he just was himself. He's there in his fucking cowboy boots because that's what he likes. He's comfortable in, and his blue jeans.
That is
How do you say that about art, though? You're the guy who's taken the artist angle. How do you say that that's not appropriate art?
Because
that's so hypocritical, man.
No, I don't think it is. Because that's like, oh, I'm going to dress the part like a Halloween costume. And I don't think you can take an artist angle and win this. If you take the artist angle, you got to go, hey man, I mean it's blank slate. Yeah.
Do what
Garth
you want.
Brooks
That's
selling out.
That's as artsy as you can get, right? Take on an alter ego. That's a crazy risk for an artist.
Yeah,
if you want to just go fucking douchebag, I hate it. It's stupid. That's a better argument.
I understand the argument you're making, and to a point, you're right. I guess when Motley Crue comes out with their first album and they're dressed this way, and then the second album they're dressed this way, and now they're in spandex hot pink, and the next one they're in leather. You know what I mean? Like, that's an artist evolving musically as they grow, I guess.
Wait a minute. You know
Hold on.
Okay. You can't
But
define
this was dropped on us out of nowhere. You said that, and it was like...
Was it dropped on you? How did you know? Like, I mean...
Because it was dropped on all of us. The world was introduced to Chris Gaines.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying it felt super inauthentic. That's why it was such a joke.
Wait a minute.
That's why everyone laughed.
How do you think? What is your definition of super? You don't know Garth Brooks at all. You don't listen to his music and
yeah, you're way better off taking that angle. That was douchey and stupid.
It was douchey and stupid.
But to say like artistically, dude, that is as artistic as you get.
I don't know, but it's just fraudulent. I'm not saying it right. It just there's an authenticity to something. You don't.
Did he pull it off? In my opinion, no. Right? In your opinion, no.
Yeah.
But
it's like,
it was a fucking risk.
The soul patch is a popular thing with Chris Cornell and Soundgarden, so let me add one of those to my costume. The bangs like
this.
He created a whole
backstory to a person,
there's a whole, like, the eyes can't be seen because it's such a dark... The whole grunge era was this dark lyric.
But that was...
It doesn't work if you go the art angle,
we got to do that. We got to do that.
He created a whole backstory who this person was. It was a guy from an alt rocker from, I think, Australia or something like that. No, but see what? That is so absurd that you can't appreciate
All right,
that risk.
From Australia. I didn't know Chris Gaines was Australian. He created a character from Australia. That's
What's
what that
wrong
was.
With that? I don't understand.
Well, it's a wrestling thing, dude. I guess it seems wrestling-ish to me. Whatever. I'm not going to win this argument with you guys. I get it. I don't know. Do you think that Chris Gaines' career was a success, overall?
That doesn't
Do you
even
think it was accepted?
Well, wait a minute. Whoa. See, this is where Jay's right. No,
what? I'm just asking if you think it.
Jay's right.
If he had the power to go back and do it over again,
that's not the point.
Do you think Chris Gaines would have released an album the way he did?
How does an artist decide what's a success or not? We're talking about Chris Gaines right now for 5-8 minutes.
We've talked about Chris Gaines for 6 straight years.
So that's my point. So like we've had talks so many times about artistic.
Garth Brooks is your favorite artist outside of Pat Green.
But
he's one of them.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Chris Gaines' album?
No, but it really isn't my point. Like you sit here, we have talks all the time about like the podcast and comedy and art and what is a success? The definition of success from a true artist is not that what is your definition that it wasn't a success?
Okay, so if I came in here and started doing a show like Mojo and started doing War of the Roses calls on the show and going, hey man, it's art.
Hey,
people would go, you fraudulent fuck, what are you doing?
But in your mind, if that's where your artistic nature is taking you,
what if you thought, hey, everyone expects
again, you cannot win this argument.
You're right. I can't.
If you take the artist angle.
Yeah.
You're better off just going douchebag.
Can I go backwards?
God, you look stupid.
Douchebag? Can I say douchebag?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Can amend your.
I want to think that all artists are authentic, and so it's like, oh no, I smell inauthenticity.
Here's the thing about.
But you're right. I can't win that argument because art is what it is. It's everything. It's anything.
Well,
there could be a part, in the eye of the beholder.
And there could be a part of him going, this is a caricature, and I'm going to play this caricature.
All right.
Who knows?
Going to Australia.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, it just is what it is, man. I mean, I was watching these videos just because I bought my tickets the other day. I was watching these videos of some quote unquote real country singers bashing Garth Brooks for like almost ruining country music, and I am someone who can listen to anyone from Hank Sr., and the Possum and all that shit, right up to Alan Jackson and Luke Bryan. And so the point is, like, when you say there's authenticity. I think that's bullshit to question the authenticity of any of this. Like,
who are you to question what I question?
There's a good point. I'll meet you halfway on that.
Bang, that was easy. No, I get it. I actually do kind of want to listen because I know Garth Brooks is talented. There's no denying that. You don't sell out 80,000 seat, stadiums. He's not even doing arenas. He's a stadium performer and has been for 20 plus years.
Well, and he left for a while, too. That's the other thing.
You'll never see me going, who? His music sucks. I'm not a fan of the style, the genre of country necessarily, and that's mostly what it is. And then the headset mic,
yeah, that was weird.
It was tough. It's tough.
Jumped out at you back then.
Yeah, well, back
92.
then, the funny thing about that is the video that I was watching, that was where the guy was really hammering him, was like, oh, these shows he does. People have said that before, like the shows he did turn it into rock and not country. But the reality is, like, again, you dive down into that, and he found his style of show came from this guy named Chris Ledoux, who was like no one would question. Right, you guys would, yeah, exactly. You guys wouldn't know who he is, but some dude from the Oklahoma or something who was 100% a rodeo / singer, and his shows were these live fucking run around the stage shows.
Sure.
No, but I'm saying that's just see how that thing goes. Like people question Garth now, and it's like, dude, he didn't even get that. He got that from someone who was very country.
Well,
or someone
in reality, too, I mean, he helped put pop country.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's evolved from him,
For
and they
sure.
have him to thank for
Right.
Yeah, the
Totally.
whole anthem
the
nature.
checks they're
They do.
cashing
He's
right
got a
now.
lot of sing-along, anthem-y, hooky songs, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
Garth
I
Brooks'
just
thing?
think it's ridiculous to say that, like, my opinion, that it's not country though. Like that's the thing. Like
I never said that.
I know you haven't, but whatever.
Hey,
Yeah.
quick word from our friends at Twin Peaks. If I may interrupt, Jesus.
You may.
At Twin Peaks, there is something from the made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. The perfect sidekick to any meal is a featured rotating tap, served at a
gains
frosty
off the
29
screen.
degrees in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Sorry, ladies. So both of us kind of looked to the right and saw the screen, and we just have Chris Gaines gazing at us through those.
About this.
Yeah.
Alter ego.
I would have appreciated it more if he did it like Darius Rucker did. You know what I mean? But whatever.
okay.
Sorry. Donald Trump, see, he canceled his. He's bailed on NATO.
Yeah, after the hot mic incident.
Oh my God, these fucking clowns at this thing. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal, but it is a little disrespectful.
Trudeau talking shit.
Yeah, Trudeau.
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Ugh. So he blew off his final press conference at the NATO summit in Britain, stormed home after Boris Johnson, Emmanuel Macron, and Justin Trudeau were caught on a hype mic mocking him. The president slammed Trudeau as two-faced. I was like, don't forget black-faced.
Three-faced.
Yeah, he's black-faced too. After the prime minister, they were caught on video, the Buckingham Palace NATO reception, appearing to gossip about Trump. And then Trump was later caught on a hot mic. Did you see that?
No.
He was caught on a hot mic bragging about his put down to Trudeau. He's like, that was funny when I said that guy's two-faced.
No way.
That was pretty hilarious when I called that guy two-faced.
What
that
a bunch
guy.
of knuckleheads, man.
Oh, man. Trump then tweeted about an hour later, when today's meetings are over, I will be heading back to Washington. We won't be doing a press conference at the close of NATO because we did so many over the past 2 days. So do we have the clip there, E?
I think this is, I guess.
Trudeau and the rest of them.
Is this?
So you've got Princess Anne. Nice hairstyle. Mark Rutt. Who's Mark Root or Rutt?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. You know what, dude? I
There's
thought
like a
this
2-minute video or something. No, this is afterwards.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, you can find it, E. It's everywhere.
what is it? I'm sorry. I thought.
So you've got Justin Trudeau and Boris Johnson. Just say Trudeau video. Yes, I have to spell Trudeau.
Well, you
French, you know.
The thing about this video, too, is Trudeau looks so giddy as
I
he's
know.
telling the story, as he's
Yeah.
criticizing Trump. What a douchebag.
He is. Yeah, it looks like they're having it, and they are. They're, it's disrespectful and
But you know this goes on. This is just evidence, right?
totally.
All these guys can't stand him.
They're having a cocktail, sitting there all fucking in a group. How dumb are you? You would have to know that there are cameras on you and mics that will pick up everything in the room. So they're asking about why one guy was late. He's like, why were you late or whatever? He's like, this guy decides to hold a fucking impromptu 40-minute press conference, and Trudeau's really going on and on about how basically saying Trump's staff is even like, what?
Their jaws dropped.
Like on the floor. It's like, really? Were they? Justin Trudeau? Were they? His people were sitting there mouths agape, jaws on the floor.
We like to say
face.
people kind, not necessarily mankind.
This dude really is a clown, isn't he? And, you know, yeah, that's it. The fact is, Trump is right in this one. You know, hey, look, NATO, the countries, the deal is you put 2% of your economy into this pot so that we will defend you, you know, if someone comes and fucks with you. And they're not putting that amount of money in. And everyone's just been, you know, blowing that off forever. And Trump went, no, not anymore. America's not going to be used like this anymore. And so
That's a big campaign promise.
it was
you know, if you
huge.
think back.
And they're all paying more now.
Yeah.
And so Canada, you know, here's Trudeau. So it's like, hey, he was put on the spot. How much are you paying now? Are you paying 2%? He's like dancing around the question. Well, you know, I mean, doing this and that. And it's like, no, are you paying 2%? No, they're paying 1.4%. We're working on it. Yeah. So here it is. Here's the video. Look at that idiot Princess Anne. Nice pompadour hair.
Oh, is that a princess standing there?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. I don't see a tiara. I wasn't aware of that.
Look,
he looks like
she's,
a-
she's giddy, too. Oh, yeah, we're shitting on him.
He does look like a douchebag.
Yeah, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Hey, Ann, how about we talk about your brother Andrew and his love of pedophile, fucking serial pedophile, the worst pedophile in the history of this country. You know, why don't we talk about Jeffrey Epstein instead of getting all giddy with the boys? He was thinking, yeah, your brother. How about your brother fucking underage kids? How about that? How about him not even being part of the team anymore? And he's. You have some nerve, Princess Anne.
I didn't even know she existed.
Right?
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
She should be ashamed of her. She needs to go in the. She needs to go in the background. Go back into the background. Nice hair. Look at that stupid hair. What? Someone did that for her. I think she's had it like that forever too.
I can't even see her face in the way that this video is. It's,
Let's laugh about Trump and his team. They even thought he was silly. I would go, wait a minute, hold on. That is funny and cute. Yeah, he did hold an impromptu press conference. You know, he is the most transparent person in front of a microphone in the history of politicians. That's hilarious. What an asshole. But what's going on with your brother? What's up with your brother?
First, what's going on with your
Like,
hair?
remember that thing he did, that interview he did like a week ago that was literally the biggest train wreck ever? He had to plan for a year to do it and tell mommy, I can do it, mommy, I can do it. And then he thought he did real good and it sucked. Oh, it sucked. Let's talk about that. That's way more juicy than Trump. We were late because Trump held a press conference impromptu. Douchebags.
He watched his team's jaws hit the floor.
Literally.
Yeah, when he does the motion, he
literally
does the,
drop and hit the floor.
He does the motion. That's where.
Yeah. He's a court holding here.
That is funny to watch him do that.
I had no idea this chick existed. And
Yeah.
doesn't
Look at
she
that.
look like
Doesn't she look like
Mr.
something from-
Burns' sister or something?
She does. Mr. Burns. C. Montgomery Burns. C. Margaret Burns.
Look at her.
The hair's been the same forever.
God.
That
Gross.
she's hideous, but she. Oh yes, I'm here with the boys.
Inbred bitch.
Look at that thing. I know, isn't that? But doesn't she just look like? I mean, talk about central
Smug.
casting. You know, you take a look at that and
Royalty.
go, where is she from? You go, oh, fucking British royalty for sure.
yeah.
She's had more tea than anybody. Gross. So yeah, one of the guys there sitting there, fake news media. Good one, Mark Rutt. Just watch this team's. How about we talk about the time when you wanted to change mankind to people kind? Let's talk about that. How about the numerous occasions of blackface that you were involved with just like a few weeks ago?
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
The president, of course, did not look amused when reporters asked him about the hot mic video during his meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Honestly, with Trudeau, he's a nice guy. I find him to be a very nice guy, but you know what the truth is? I called him out on the fact that he's not paying 2%. I guess he's not very happy about it. He's not paying 2%. He should be paying 2%. It's Canada. They have the money, and they should be paying their 2%. So, yeah, he said he noted Canada is slightly delinquent with their NATO payments. We've sent them an overdue bill notice to way up. They'll be okay. I have confidence. Some are way below 1%, and that's unacceptable. Blah blah blah. So yeah, rather embarrassing. You do know this stuff goes on.
Yeah.
You would hope that these guys would be smarter than that to know, that of course. But yeah, I don't know. He says he still has a great relationship with the president and America and all that. Blah blah blah. They fucking hate each other. I get the feeling that Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump can't stand each other. I don't know why, but
I have a feeling Trump, though, wouldn't he just say that if he truly couldn't stand him? He's a bad guy. He just, right? He just come out.
It's different than
Don't
being
like him.
Like Kim Jong-un, or Putin, like bad guy or whatever. Like he's got to word those a different way. Like Trudeau's just a douche. Trudeau's just kind of a pussy. And I think Donald Trump doesn't respect that. And
Yeah, I feel like, though, he'd just say that, though. Like, come on, Donald. Like, just
really,
say what we're
Can
all
you call
thinking.
someone a pussy? Another world leader?
So many words.
He's a pussy. I would not want to grab him at all, though. I wouldn't want to. That's one pussy I wouldn't want to grab. He is a douche. Everyone, look at this douche.
Yeah, what's he playing games with this whole, he's a nice guy thing? I feel like...
Because they're trying to get a new, trade shit with, NAFTA or whatever. The free trade agreement with Canada and Mexico. And
I thought that was done.
Is that done?
I thought it was.
Maybe.
We were told that.
As soon as it's done, I'll probably call him a pussy. He's a pussy and a douche, but I don't know. Two-faced. And black-faced. Don't forget he was black-faced. Sharon Osbourne, speaking out. We heard from her on America's Got Talent.
The Gabrielle Union situation.
Yeah, she said, I loved everybody over there at the time. Whatever she said.
Except the producers or something.
Except NBC.
Yeah, okay.
NBC is a company. Fuck them. But she's singing a different tune now that Howard Stern kind of kicked the doors in and shit all over Simon Cowell. So do you have Sharon Osbourne from... What is she? It's not The View. Is it The Talk?
I have no idea what she's technically on, but as if anyone, like, Sharon Osbourne, notoriously a huge bitch, but yet she's going to come out and...
I know. So here she is talking about America's Got Talent being a boys' club and all this shit. So
Yeah, it is a boys' club.
Yes.
Okay, it is. And the boys take care of each other, and the women are not paid as much as the men. I was on the show before Howie. I was
Bridget
one
Nielsen?
of them that helped put the show where
This is really, is this the B class, like, of the year?
Yeah, I mean, what did these people...
Simon owns the show, and the time I was
Simon
there,
owns the show.
Simon was never on the show. So when the show was doing
that Carrie
16
Ananaba?
million,
Yeah.
14 million, Simon was never there. So anyway,
do you really think people are tuning into America's Got Talent for you, Sharon Osbourne? Is that what you're getting to?
Okay, look at this. I just go back to Simon's shows. X Factor, he brought to America. Every time it came on, I think there were 3 seasons, different little girls. There was him, L.A. Reid, who's an older man, him, L.A. Reid, and in between them was Demi Lovato and Britney Spears. Now, the guys looked like 2 high rollers in Vegas who picked up a couple of kids.
What is
I don't even know who most of those people were up there.
We had Carrie Ananaba.
That's the only one I recognize.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Was that Brigitte?
Yeah.
I was starting to think the hair is Brigitte's.
It's
no
for
doubt.
sure her. Amazon women like that? They don't make 2 of those.
Let me look up the talk.
So she's taken the argument in a different direction. I guess it's just shit all over America's Got Talent time now, where now it's about pay. You know what I mean? Like it was about a racist crack or something but now it's, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know what the reality of these contracts are, but do you think, and I know, Jay, you know a lot about employment law and shit, so, and I know you think that unequal pay for men and women is a real thing. You've told me plenty about that, but is it really, if you have a celebrity going on a show, are they just going, well, she doesn't have a cock and balls, so we can get away with paying her $1 million less a year? I mean, like, what would be the justification?
I mean, you look at the market value, right? I mean, that's what they're doing the whole time. But that begs the question, like, why is a woman's market value not equal to a man's?
So what establishes a market value?
Well,
like
I don't
your
know.
Popularity, your rate? Like,
yeah, I guess.
Like Sharon
I don't
Osbourne
know what metrics they're using.
is a more well-known name than L.A. Reid.
You would think Britney Spears would be paid pretty well back then to be on the X Factor. but apparently not. I don't.
Well, according to Sharon Osbourne, right?
Yeah.
Well, Sharon wasn't on the X Factor show. She's just saying like,
She said Demi
how
Lovato and
Brittany
in between Simon and L.A. Reid.
right.
And she's saying
Actually,
that those
that's-
two weren't paid
Well,
well.
I think at
or
that
it was
point her
just
statement was just
how
talking
dumb it
about-
looked because
Yeah.
you had these two old men
Yeah.
with these two
They look
hot
like
chicks.
So she was using going
Yeah.
a few different directions.
Well,
They
it-
look like these rich old men in Vegas with their
okay,
whores.
optics mean a lot on TV, and you want hot chicks in your show, right?
By the way, can you? I don't care what she says. Simon Cowell owns the show and has had a pretty successful track record with
Seems
these
to
things.
know what he's doing.
L.A. Reid is one of the most famous producers in the history of music. I mean, as far as looking out for talent on a music-based show,
Yeah.
L.A. Reid seems like a pretty strong choice. Britney Spears and Demi Lovato, you can't get two bigger names in pop music.
Back
so,
then, yeah.
like, who is she supposed to get? Cyndi Lauper? I mean, is that what they're supposed to? What are you saying? We need
don't know.
Blondie on the set.
Woman of
you get
color.
an
I don't
old-
know what her point there
L.A.
was.
Reid's black. That should cover it. You're covered. You're good. You got L.A. Reid.
Two white chicks. What's Demi? Is she something?
She's something.
She got something.
There's something there.
She's a little off-white.
Look, I don't even. I'm not gonna be honest.
She's a
what
little
is the
off-white,
show?
but I don't know
Hey,
what
is
she
that the
is.
chick from 247?
That's the chick from Roseanne.
Okay,
Sarah Gilbert.
yeah, but the African American,
247.
right?
What was the?
247. I don't know.
Wasn't
Was that
a
the name
show?
of the show?
I
247.
think it was. It was like Apartment 247.
Yeah.
And the maid from the Jeffersons was one of the characters on that. And I think that was
Yeah.
the little girl.
My point is like this is 100% the View like minor league, right? Like they're
I think
trying
so.
to get
yeah.
View.
What
Yeah.
channel is
like,
that on, Isis?
They're just yapping
It's,
away.
is it CBS? Is that what they're on?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
That is a big-time JV team, though.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think it does okay.
CBS. Yeah.
CBS, yeah. And that's a lineup that's changed. I don't know if that's the because Sarah Gilbert, I thought, left when she was going
God,
to do
she looks
Roseanne.
sour, doesn't she?
She does.
Sarah, can you smile for us instead of grimace?
Said cast.
They didn't get the photographer and the team there and just go, good enough.
Yeah.
One shot is all you get.
I mean,
Make sure your
come
eyes
on,
are
Gilbert.
Make sure you're not blinking, folks.
Show a tooth, huh?
I mean, really, don't you think they would go, all right, we've got 500 photos here. What do you guys think? And they land on this one. Sarah would have to look at that and go, guys, wait, hold on.
You know, I like the one of Sarah grimacing. I do. Let's
With the-
keep that
with,
one.
With the veiny Adam's apple sticking
Yeah.
out. For,
Accentuating those mouth, the
those-
wrinkles that
yeah, it's not a good look. I don't think
makes her look like a ventriloquist dummy.
yes. It's,
I don't know why it lists so many people here because I put 2019.
they probably told her we could fix this in post, and then they never got around to doing
Oh,
it.
Marie! I thought that was Marie Osmond when we were watching before.
Was Marie on there
Cheryl
just now?
Underwood. I think Marie was tucked over to the far right, stage right, when we
Yeah.
were watching Sharon.
Yeah.
Cheryl Underwood, is that who I'm referring to as having been on the show 247? Does that exist?
Cheryl Patrice
247?
Underwood is.
Come on, tell me the show existed.
Oh, for sure it did. Why don't you just do the Wikipedia, dude? That's top. Cheryl
I
Underwood.
was looking for the.
Brigitte Nielsen.
Oh my
Come
God!
on,
Oh
what are you-
shit!
That's a terrible photo.
She's a comic. I think it's someone else you're thinking of,
Okay.
but that show is real.
Okay.
That show existed. 224 or 227, whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Go down. Here.
Just
It's in the
apart-
80s.
Apartment 227 or
I think so, or 247 or 287. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
there's
All
no.
right. Okay.
Was it around the Raven time? You know,
Raven Simone.
yeah, like
I don't know.
whatever.
It was a spin-off of. I thought it was a spin-off from the Jeffersons.
I think this argument, though, to your point, Jay, optics matter, and to pretend that they don't, that optics don't matter, and it's just the reality of life. Men are attracted to fucking women. Like, look at women. You know, how do you say it? Like, we're the hunter. And that's
They're the prey.
They're the prey. like it's just in our DNA. It's caveman DNA. It's been billions
So it
of
makes
years.
the world go around, man.
Yes, but we're constantly trying to get it and bang it and blah blah blah. And chicks keep us in line for the most part. But if you're trying to get in a very very competitive entertainment and narcissistic, horrible industry, let's be honest. It's as fake and plastic as they come. It's act like now, oh, they have these young girls up there with these old men. Like,
Right.
yeah, no shit. It's been the formula forever. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know that, Sharon. You know that. You know, when you're running Ozzy's band and stuff, the optics mattered on stage. You didn't have a big fat guy playing lead guitar with Ozzy. No, optics mattered, and you shit can guys left and right. You were brutal. Brutal. So I don't want to hear it. You've been paid plenty, Sharon Osbourne. You didn't get enough. You didn't get yours. Well, then hire a better agent then to demand.
Right, how did Sharon Osbourne be so dumb as to go into a contract where she didn't feel like she was making what she was worth?
I mean,
Whatever.
I like Sharon Osbourne. She's fine, but it's like, dude, your husband is Ozzy Osbourne. That's why we know your name. You know, Sharon Osbourne was on the Osbournes. That show was funny as shit on MTV, basically watching a high out of his mind Ozzy Osbourne stumble about the house.
That was unbelievable.
It was. Can you believe that happened?
I can't.
The Osbournes.
That was something else, man.
It was awesome though for a little while there, and now all of a sudden Sharon Osbourne's a celebrity,
I know.
and it's like, you know, on all these shows, like, okay, well, shows you could put anyone on these shows, I guess. So
See, this is the chick I'm thinking of from 227.
Regina King.
Does she look familiar?
Yeah.
That's not her on the talk, though?
Oh, they all look alike to you, do they?
Oh, my God.
Well, I didn't say it.
Actually, you did. Regina King is not on the talk? Whatever.
Who?
Hey, while you look at that, Isis, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms? How could you know if you don't have a plan? Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. Isis? Isis, did you have something?
Come on, E. Spit it
Securities
out.
and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Remember the woman who sued all those beauticians because they wouldn't wax her cock and ball area, her cock and
Oh,
balls?
yeah, that nice lady, yeah.
Yeah, just a lady looking to get my lady parts, my ball scrotum waxed.
I remember her.
Yeah, ended up putting two of those out of business, like trying to fight legally, you know, and you know, go, yeah, we don't want a guy with a giant cock and ball sack coming in as a lady looking to be waxed, and that thing went up to the court system, and well, she's back in the news again. She's Jessica Yaniv. She's claimed that they discriminated her based on gender identity and gender expression when she wanted the bikini wax. Last month, the court found that was unjustified, improperly motivated by financial gain. Monday, she said she was absolutely shocked and confused and hurt. She went to a gynecologist, and the gynecologist wouldn't see her. Just a lady looking to get my female
what are we
cock and
doing?
balls looked after.
What did you want him to do? I mean, you have to.
Poor mentally
Yeah,
ill
they
guy.
don't just. You know, I'm sorry, we don't serve patients with cocks and balls. We're a gynecologist. Are they
A
allowed?
little slit, not a fucking.
Yeah, are they allowed to do that legally? Isn't that against the college practices?
Actually, I don't know why they wouldn't. To me, I would take the fucking money and just let him get up on the stirrups, shine a little flashlight in there, go,
That's
yeah,
not a bad. Take
all
that little
good.
stick, lift the balls, and go. Everything looks great,
Yeah,
ma'am.
looks great.
Have a good day, m'lady.
It's easy money, man. I think it'd be easy money.
Here's the problem. By definition, gynecology is the medical practice dealing with the health of the female reproductive system and the breast.
I'm a lady.
Okay, again, I'll feel the man breasts a little bit, put him up on the stirrups, you know.
I'm just a lady looking
just
to
go,
get my
yep.
cock and balls
that's-
looked at. Be responsible. Go to my gyno once a year to have my cock looked at.
I'd be fighting the. You know what? I'm gonna start a gynecologist place that services only transgender women. It'll be great, dude. No, because that's all. There's nothing there.
He's
Well,
just
cock
thinking
and
of
balls,
dicks
yeah.
all day. Going, yeah,
This is great. As predicted.
I gotta
This is
say-
great.
Right? No,
I gotta say, ma'am-
but like, no,
I don't need to look at those gross vagines.
Yeah.
everything checks out.
I gotta say, miss, this is 3 years in a row where you have gotten an A+ rating from this gynecologist. Everything
Right.
looked-
No
looks
problems with the
amazing.
cervix at all.
And I get so
You
many
once again
clients,
do
dude.
not have breast cancer. You do not. No.
I'll have so many clients because I'll look so woke. I'll end up getting on like news news stories and stuff because of like how, oh my God, this guy helps out transgender people. Will fly over from all around the country to
You'll
go to
be
my God.
infamous. You will.
Exactly.
I know, madam, you were worried about yeast infections. I'm here to tell you right now, in my professional opinion, you have no yeast infections whatsoever.
I'll do the little look around. Then I'll walk into the other room to say, oh, I'm going to look at these tests in the other room. Just go
Would you
back
take
there, have a Coke,
X-Ray Z?
and have a Taco Bell or something, and then walk back in and go, everything checks out.
I got to tell you, everything looks smashing, madam.
Just go back there, play some Candy Crush, and then come back and say everything checks out.
Could you imagine E with the little fucking thing on his hat, that little spotlight on his head, and he's got
I think
the
it's a great idea.
Dr. Easus.
Dr. Easus. We know some doctors.
Because I don't need
Maybe
to
we
know
could get you
anything
like
medical.
maybe you could
'Cause
rent
there's
some
nothing-
office space from one of our doctor friends and just open Biggie's Gynecologies.
For dudes.
Gynecologies.
Whoa, for
Whatever.
guys who or women or guys who identify as women. That's what
Or
it's for.
whatever.
Yeah, or whatever. Whatever
For people,
you are.
for people who
Just
are
whatever.
women or identify as women or whatever.
Yeah, just come on in here and I'll check it out.
Just got a fucking waiting room full of cocks and balls.
Wearing their dresses.
Ma'am, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Didn't you win the women's strongman competition this year?
It'll
I
be
thought I saw
awesome.
you in the news.
It'll be awesome.
Then you set up a referral deal with a psychiatrist right next door.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Oh, you know what?
Sir, I mean, ma'am,
know-
why don't you head next door
You know,
to sign out or
we're-
in, whatever.
We're having a little bit of fun here
I
with
know,
the
that
whole
was
I'm a
ridiculous.
lady, just getting my cock and balls checked out. And you got to go and call them mentally ill, take all the fun out of it.
Shocking,
you know,
I know.
This is why they can't get, this is why they're not taken seriously in society.
That's why they can't get a good Brazilian. Okay? That's why.
That
People
court-
like me.
That court that ruled when they were like when she was in court for the Brazilian wax, and they're like, look, it's just vulva shaving versus scrotum shaving is completely different things.
I'll do that too,
And-
by the way. Why not? But I'm not gonna do because I don't want to learn how to do it. Really do it for girls that are gonna want it done right. So I'm gonna service only transgender women.
Yeah.
So like, I mean,
wait, transgender? Are they transgender
well,
men?
They're they identify men that are identifying as a woman. Because I don't want
Right.
to learn how to really do it for women because that
But
probably
dude,
would kind
the
of hard. But
problem
a
is-
dude just rub some wax on this guy's ball sack and then put some paper on there, rip it off.
Dude,
You get fucking
but I
pissed
think
every
you'll
time?
I think you'll rip the skin open and lose a ball. You will have a lady lose a ball in your office, and you do not want a bunch of fucking women losing their balls in your office.
That's a good point.
So you know, plus you gotta lift the cock, and you gotta use that little that
Yeah.
wooden stick with that goo, and you gotta really get in there,
Lather it up.
under her shaft, where her shaft meets her ball bag.
It's like painting a cauliflower.
I know. but
Exactly.
I'll
Jay,
do
you've
both.
dealt with this when kids shit their pants.
Wiping little dudes' ball sacks.
Very simple. Tell them how.
Oh, it's awful.
It's awful.
Ugh, that's good.
It's awful.
Baby
Okay,
wipes,
just
you're trying to get it all
fine,
out of
just
the little
the,
wrinkles.
Ugh.
just the breast exams and the check of the vagine.
Well, you could still do it. I just think you got to find a way. You know, maybe you just go.
You have an associate that
Can you-
comes
Yeah,
in and
Sure,
handles it.
exactly. That's the point.
You're
Well-
going to be making bank here, E. You're going to have employees, you know?
Right.
See,
good
I don't
point.
think he has. It's not a matter of bringing the proper employee in to do it. It's that ball sacks aren't meant to be Brazilian waxed. I think is the issue.
But how are they gonna know?
But if you. But I think I got a
Why can't
solution.
you wax a ball sack?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never tried, but I don't think you're
Oh, you
supposed
could do
to.
it.
I mean, don't you think a labia minora is just as sensitive as a ball sack?
Yeah, but the Benor is more smooth and just ready to be.
I understand, like, that's not where you're exactly putting the wax, but, I mean, that's got to be just as...
I think it's doable for sure.
You don't. You have no basis for saying that, E.
You have no basis for saying that it's not, though.
I do because the court ruled that no, it's totally different for ladies like
No,
the ladies that have vulvas.
No.
Shaving their vulvas is much different than shaving a lady's ball sack.
No, they ruled different.
is.
They ruled differently because they said that like women should not have to sit there thinking they're like waxing
They
other
agreed to
women
wax
into balls.
vulvas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not ball sacks in their face.
Well,
They didn't say because the ball sack can't be waxed.
Yeah, I think you're, you're selling short the ball sack. I think a ball sack
sacks
could
are
be
pretty
wet.
strong.
Jesus,
Well-
can we wax your ball sack one of these days?
okay.
Why not?
So it says
Right,
last month she
exactly.
saw justice. Women at the salons were unable to provide a service as they were not trained to wax male genitalia and could cause serious injury.
Huh.
So apparently you can
mean,
get
if
some
you're gonna make a-
specialty training. But are you willing to go through the specialty training necessary?
That's a Saturday afternoon course.
I mean, if you want to wax women's ball bags, then you're going to have to take some serious.
I'll take it. I'll take the course.
Honestly, don't you think that was some lawyerese right there? You know, you can wax anything, man.
Why can't he just go straight Gillette? Get himself a razor and some.
Well,
and
fine,
some
whatever.
foam.
Either way, I'll pretend
It's as close as you're going to get to a Brazilian wax on a female ball bag, dude.
Either way. It'll be a great business.
So she was claiming, they're claiming religious reasons is the fact they shouldn't be forced to touch genitals and they don't want to. So and so the judge, Cousino, I think his name was, said Yenov has a scrotum and there are differences between waxing the genitals of a person with a vulva and a person with a penis and scrotum. I would agree. She attempted to argue that being refused a wax was similar to a gay couple being refused a cake at a wedding. Says there's no material difference in a cake which is baked for a straight wedding or one that's baked for a homo wedding, the judge said. Nor does baking a cake for a gay wedding require you to have intimate contact with some lady's cock and balls.
I think this is result-oriented. Honestly, I don't think there's that big a difference between waxing a ball sack and a vulva. I just don't.
Can you Bing or do a duck?
Can you wax a ball sack? I don't.
Wax.
Why couldn't you?
Male genitalia waxing. Just see. I think you're gonna have to. I think he's gonna have to take at least an online course. He is before he starts trying to wax ladies' balls. So I thought this was funny though. You know, she was also. The judge is like, no, this is for financial gain. This is a mockery, whatever, and kind of threw this thing out. People were livid that it went as far as it did. And also accused of being deceitful on a number of occasions. In one instance, she asked that beautician, Sandeep Benapal, how she would wax around a tampon string. So, you know, how do you wax around a tampon string?
I mean, it looks like
sir.
Like, look at this. It says, up until recently, male Brazilian waxes have not been very popular, but...
It's completely safe
Not
for
much
men.
demand. Where do you see that?
Right where his cursor is. Getting a Brazilian wax is completely safe for men, provided that you go to a hygienic and professional waxing salon.
Like he's going to have that.
And this is from
Jay's
16.
right.
This has been years this has been going on.
You say I should have known this.
Safely and hygienic.
Jay's
Why
right,
aren't we
I'll
doing
hire
this?
somebody.
Why aren't we doing this? So are you talking about the scrotum waxing, or are you talking about the top part and the back? Because
a Brazilian takes it all, right? From taint to...
Well, but a Brazilian traditionally doesn't have the interference of a ball bag and
Understood.
a panouse.
I just don't think there's a physical problem with throwing wax on a scrode. I just don't see why there would be.
How do you do the vagine one? Do the women like hold the thing closed, they clamp it shut, and then they wax the sides? Because you don't want to get that in you.
No, you
That
don't.
is a good question. I don't know.
Like a paper clip, or not a paper clip, just like one of those clothespins or something.
Those binder clips.
So, Yanov's case sparked international outrage, and the tribunal was fiercely criticized for allowing her case to advance so far. It was finally dismissed. She was ordered to pay $6,000 for improper conduct. Cousino lowered the penalties after considering the torrent of backlash and hatred against her online. Like, people kicked this lady's ass so hard online. They're like, yeah, why don't we just lower that a little bit? The lady's been through enough. Do we have pictures of her, by the way? she's
remember
beautiful.
she is, yeah.
She
Striking.
appeared gracious in defeat, too. So, proving they're just a lady.
There she is.
Hello, ladies. How we doing today, ladies? All of us here at the salon. I'm assuming we're all here for our Brazilians. So, yeah, she congratulated the other lawyer who beat her. Taco Van Popta. You lost to a lawyer named Taco Van Popta?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Taco Van Popta.
I mean,
Taco Van Popta.
you lost in court to an attorney named Taco Van Popta.
With one hand, stretch that skin taut. Rip off the wax with the other hand. So this is a female?
Yeah.
Begin near your navel and work your way down. Okay. With one hand, stretch that skin taut. So there's a lot of skin. Which skin are we talking about?
I know.
Do you grab like do you
else
stick your hands in the vagine and then stretch the skin taut?
I don't know.
I think you would grab one side, like the left. What are the sides of the vagine called? What is this part, Jay? So if you've got
Got the menorah and majora.
if you've got a bean,
Yeah, okay.
right? What are these?
The clitoral hood.
Yeah.
That's the labia majora.
This is the majora. Where's the menorah?
It's the smaller lips inside there.
See, I thought the menorah was what was the Jewish guys used.
Yeah.
So, so what I'm thinking, Jay, is what they mean is like this. So if you've got my thing here, so this right majora, you would grab that and just yank it over.
Oh, God.
Because it says taut. How are you going to get it taut if you don't yank it over? And does that rule out completely the Hope Solos of the world? I mean, you'd have to use two rooms. That thing would stretch for an eternity. Man. So, yeah. So she added to Taco. She tweeted at Taco Van Popta, congratulated him on his win, and said, "You and I will be meeting quite a bit over the next 4 years. We have a lot of work to do to advance LGBTQ something of the alphabet. Equality. Let's get started." So it just says, we have not seen the last of Jessica Yaniv. Just a lady with a cause. What's next? I can't wait to see what's next. She's my favorite. She's my favorite. All right, we got to play a commercial really quick. All right, good enough. Thank you. See Peloton.
Peloton?
Peloton.
Yeah. Dipped in the market, didn't they?
A little dippy dip.
You know, they were long rumored to be overvalued.
Oh,
so this is I'm serious.
I don't know. Guess what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous what you're even paying for. Like, or is that what you mean?
It's a great company apparently, but
Yeah.
it was way overvalued. Like there was talk that Peloton was going to take a huge dive.
Well, I meant for like how much it costs. Like I saw this Facebook thing.
Oh, for like $3,000, $4,000
the other
for
day
it.
it says like zero down, but it was like $59 a month for 38 months, and I just was like,
apparently they have a ton of subscribers though. It's a really
like, what are you paying? It's basically a bike, and it's got live video, like an iPad, right? Can I just get a bike?
Yeah,
and
but
an
what
iPad?
people hate about exercising, right, is that it gets boring. And so that's the whole thing. Like, we've solved this because now you can be at home. You don't have to go anywhere. Jump on our sweet bike. And those bikes are sweet.
Are they? Have
jump
you ridden them?
Merck has one.
Oh, okay.
So I've checked it out. And then you've got, like you say, these live classes that they're different, right?
Yeah.
Every day and so forth. So it's... And then this whole subscription thing, you're an auto pay every month. And so it's a good business
So
model.
outside of the $3,000 you're paying for the bike, you have to monthly subscribe to be part of the teams and stuff. When you were on it, did it feel like so much better than any other stationary bike?
I mean, we have a really good stationary bike at home, so I wasn't like super impressed.
Yeah, but Gab made me ride it for 5 minutes once. I
Yeah.
almost died. Yeah.
So I wasn't like, oh my God. But it's nice.
Yeah, it does seem expensive, but they lost $942 million in market value in a single day.
Yeah, but my point isn't
Okay.
just like whether it's worth it to go buy a bike and
Yeah.
sign up for the service, but there was apparently an IPO that was like way overvalued.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
and
That
people were like,
happens.
I get it. It's a good product, but is this an Apple or is this a WeWork? WeWork was just took a huge shit because the overvaluation.
Were they the ones that were doing the check? Was WeWork the check cashing?
No, WeWork is like the shared office space.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see those a lot. Exercise equipment company was vilified Monday. We did the story, obviously, because of the Christmas commercial, the gift that gives back. And so their stock fell 9.12% on Tuesday. How does that? I'd love to know how that happens. Were people really like, well, fuck them, I'm pulling my... Like, how does it...
Calling their advisors, sell Peloton.
Sell Peloton. What monster. Like, any rational person looking at that, I mean, it's just this lack of benefit of the doubt given to anybody. Like, obviously they meant to offend women. Clearly, that was the goal of Peloton. And they've invented a backstory. People invented a backstory as to what happened in this commercial.
Yeah.
You pick it up Christmas morning. How do you know she hasn't been begging for a Peloton for 4 years?
Yeah.
You don't, because you took the worst case scenario and went, he's obviously a chauvinistic pig who thinks his perfectly rail thin wife needs to lose more weight. It's like, okay, I guess if you're an asshole, why would you immediately go there and not...
Fun to live in that head.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be fun to walk around all day just assuming the worst in
Yes.
everyone, especially men? It doesn't help that he's a white man. I wonder if this was a black couple, if this would have been as
some leeway there.
Yeah, if the black guy
It would have been eating
given,
yourself situation because they'd be like, oh crap, this is sexist, but he's black, so it's like kind of okay, but
You know what they need to do is just stop having women in commercials.
right.
We need to get women out of work.
And colors.
Well,
Colored. Did you just? Do you want to apologize for that?
No.
Do we want to pause for a moment?
No, because it's
And
like
coloreds?
Because if you have any,
Jesus.
if
I'm
you have
staying out
any
of this.
level,
I didn't have anything to do with
if you
this.
have any level,
All I said was women shouldn't be working anymore or in entertainment
If you
videos.
have-
I didn't say colors.
if you have
Jesus
women or
Christ.
people of color in commercials, then there's just a possibility that they might look bad.
But you didn't say people of color.
He said
You
colors.
said
wow.
coloreds.
Whatever.
Can we blame it on his retardedness?
Yes.
I mean, retardationness thing that he's got going on. He's
Oh
the
my
most
God.
he's the most non-racist person you'll ever meet. He's just semi-retarded. So you get stuff like, well, or coloreds. You don't want to put coloreds in anything either. You know. So I think it's best, at least for a little while, until we can
Take a
calm
break.
down, take a break. I mean, if that commercial was two dudes. And one dude bought his male boyfriend, husband, whatever, the bike. We're just having a great Peloton Christmas. Pelotons are probably flying off the shelves, but women can't seem to stop bitching about every goddamn thing in the world. So you know what? How about we take a time out until we can get some
a long time out.
The Me Too movement has really fucked us, and feminism has run amok. And I think, you know what, ladies, let's go back to the homes for a while. Let's stop being in commercials and movies. You know, I saw a story, the new Scorsese movie or whatever with Pacino.
Irishman.
Irishman. People were outraged that the female actors only had 7 lines. 7. It's like, okay, director fucking nobody. Why don't you go direct the movie? They're like, how dare you take this? She's the second youngest Oscar winner ever for The Piano when she was 11. And now you give her 7 lines in this movie?
Who's that?
Anna Pack something. I haven't saw.
Who? Who?
I don't know. But it's like if Anna Paquin,
What?
7 lines in The Irishman.
Anna Paquin.
Yeah, Anna Paquin, Paquin Heat, Oscar winner, remains
Really?
mostly silent throughout Scorsese's crime drama The Irishman, and that's just fine with her co-star De Niro. The fact that De Niro and Scorsese need to comment and go, you know what? The lack of dialogue her performance packs a powerful punch. There's a lot that can be gained from not talking. You know what I mean? It makes the characters' comments when they do comment way more powerful and stuff. So how dare people question Martin Scorsese about how, like, as if he's going, yeah, it's a female, can't have her talking. No one wants to hear that clap trapping.
Yeah.
God. Women need to go home. Just go home. No more actresses.
There she is, winning the
Never
Oscar.
seen her.
I remember her in that state, but now when I look at her, like in present day, I can't say I've seen this chick, man. I mean, look at this. Have you seen this chick?
Yeah,
That's her.
I don't really
Never in my
recognize-
life. Wait,
really recognize her, but
I do not.
she's on something else, I think. Now that maybe I've seen her in, I sort of. Yeah, the controversy. Can you think about that for a second? Martin Scorsese.
Well, people are dogging him for how long the movie is,
3
too.
hours.
So he's not beyond reproach.
No, I don't mind dogging him for that if it's a shitty script, if the acting is lousy, but to take something like, oh, you have a female in it, you didn't use her voice enough, you know, it's like, hey, how about you let one of the most famous directors in the history of filmmaking worry about the content of what these characters' roles are. By the way, no one made her take the role. In fact, so she tweeted out, nope, nobody was doing any ordering. Twitter users were insinuating that Scorsese forced her to play the supporting role. I auditioned for the privilege of joining the incredible cast of The Irishman, and I'm incredibly proud to get to be a part of
Yeah,
this film.
he didn't let her audition for the De Niro role.
Yeah,
What the hell?
Dude, he wouldn't even let her read for it.
My God.
she doesn't even care. She's happy to be in the movie. That's the best part of all these is when the person offended.
Don't
isn't
complain on my behalf.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need to advocate for me. I'm fine.
You 15-year-old on Twitter. Shut the fuck up. They did the same thing to Margot.
No, more likely 32-year-old white guy on Twitter.
Yeah, you're right. With a beard. God.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Margot Robbie.
Robbie, I guess.
Margot Robbie. She's great. I love her. She's beautiful. Whatever. people were bitching about the lack of her role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, I beg, like, to be in a Tarantino movie with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio, I would have played fucking anything just to be in that. Like, that, and Brad Pitt and Leo both took huge pay cuts just to be in a Tarantino movie. But no, it's not good enough. Oh, yeah, why would you want the hot chick in your movie more? No, Tarantino, yeah, sure. All right, do we have any email, Jay? We'll do a quick
We do.
one real quick. Sorry.
Let's see. Mac writes in, Gentlemen and Big E, my older brother spent some time in southern South Korea a few years back. Southern South Korea is known to be very poor compared to their northern neighbors in the Seoul area. So if you were invited to a dinner at someone's house, it was in very poor taste to refuse. My brother learned very quickly that you do not ask what the dish you were eating consisted of, but being a starving 18-year-old, he didn't generally care. He knows he has eaten dog. He knows this. He can pinpoint one specific meal that he's pretty sure the protein was a little off. He described that dog tasted like spicy turkey meat.
Oh, that sounds delicious. You don't. I mean, something that's a little spicy turkey meat.
I saw a dog barking at me today on my walk that I wouldn't mind.
Think about eating them.
Wouldn't mind killing. I don't know about eating.
Well, yeah.
And if you push through the thought of Fido, push that out of your mind, it wasn't too terrible to consume, said Mac's brother. He did at one point also eat a dish that he described as coagulated cow blood soup. Which also is a dish that involved him being airlifted to a Seoul hospital for treatment.
What is coagulate? Is that pooling?
I think so. I think it's like
pooling of
when
blood?
the queso sits out too long.
Yeah,
and it just sort of
coagulates.
Yeah, and the top part with the pudding
film.
got too hard.
Stick
Yeah.
with my McChicken sandwich. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Love the show. Even though I'm living in the Valley of the Sun for the foreseeable future, your show keeps me grounded in my DETWA roots. Keep up the good work.
You're saying Detroit.
Oh, yeah, Detroit. Why did he put a space there? Oh, because of the day.
Yeah.
DETWA.
How is Detroit? I think Detroit is DE hyphen.
I think it's
T.
I think it's DETROIT, just with a French flair.
Yes, and I could find it in my phone because I have a picture of the what are they? People hole covers, man.
Yeah.
People hole covers. Is that what we call them? Downtown, you can find them down there, and it's like some of them have Detroit, Detroit, the D.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, around them. It's fucking badass.
Oh, they have those
man.
at LCA, right?
Do they? I don't know. I saw them around just in the city.
Oh, really? Your show keeps me grounded in my Detroit roots. Keep up the good work. As a brief aside, my parents mentioned that all of the family is receiving My Pillows for Christmas, and I couldn't be more excited. Unfortunately, they had already purchased these gifts before I could tell them to use the TDC code.
Return them.
God damn it, Mac!
Return them.
Why would you add that in there?
Yeah.
Cancel Christmas.
Yeah. Return them. Return them. Start over.
Use
and get some
TDC
goddamn
code.
blood stop while you're at it.
Blood stop. It'll stop the bleeding of any wound.
Are you tired of bleeding out?
Any size wound.
Have you almost died 15 times in the last couple of years?
Any size wound. He said that.
God bless
This
him.
is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
All right. We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, wrong city. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Have a good rest of the day, everybody. Thank you for joining us. God, there was a couple stories I wanted to get to. We'll get to tomorrow. So, and then E, you're gonna stay in history with Big E tomorrow, huh? Jay's a visual learner.
Yeah.
Don't
Remember
disappoint.
that. Present value of money.
We'll see.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.